In this video, we're going to teach you how to deploy a website using Git on BetterSiteHost. So here I am in my BetterSiteHost dashboard, and in order to deploy with Git, first you're going to have to make sure you go down to Integrations and go to Git. Now here we do support integration with three most popular Git services: Bitbucket, GitHub, and GitLab. I've already set up my integration with GitHub. Now, this is a one-time setup. You will not have to do it multiple times. But if you do have multiple accounts, either on GitLab or GitHub, you can add as many as you like. Right now, we're going to be deploying my personal website, and it is on GitHub. And I do want to say that you can have private repositories. So this is a private repo on GitHub. And just from a kind of organization standpoint, I recommend storing your website the public side inside of a folder. Here, I have a very simple website, so I just have a public folder, and then all the website files are inside of that. Okay, so back inside the BetterSiteHost dashboard, let's go ahead and create a new application from the Applications tab. Let's give this application a name and our domain. And click on Add www. Because this is a main domain, I also want to have the www suffix. Now for deployment here, we're going to go ahead and click Git. And we're going to choose my provider of GitHub. And this is a private repository. We're going to generate a deployment key. We'll come back to that. We're going to select an account, which is my account. We're going to select my repository next. I'm going to go ahead and start typing. And there it goes. And then we're going to select the branch, which is my master branch. Now, if you have a deployment script, my website doesn't right now, but maybe you have some sort of Node.js build process or some other script that you have, maybe that's inside the Git repository that then builds, okay? You would put the command that needs to be ran to build the website right here. Now let's go under advanced options and see what we have here. And here we have the ability to, what user is this website going to be ran under? Now you can create a new user for every website. You can also, by default, it generates some random username, but you can go ahead and type in whatever user you want, right? So my user, okay? Or you can go ahead and choose from an existing user. A lot of times, if it is a website for me, I want to have all of my websites that only I have access to run under my same account. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, under other details, I select the PHP version. And right here, this is important. Remember how I had inside of my Git repo, all my public website data was inside the public folder. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in here. Now, depending on your build process, maybe your build script actually builds that public folder, or it could be a dist folder or something like that, right? But this is going to be the folder inside of your home folder that contains the public website. Before I can go ahead and start deploying this, let's go back to this deployment key. I'm going to go ahead and copy this key. Then inside my GitHub account, I'm going to go into settings for my repository and go down into deployment keys. Here, I'm going to click add deploy key, and I'm going to say better site host, and I'm going to paste that key in, and I'm going to click add key. Now that we've added that deploy key, let's go back and create application. Now our application is created. And the next step that we need to do is make sure that we set up DNS. Now, if you're a Cloudflare user, make sure that you set up the Cloudflare integration first. We have a separate video about that. I'm not going to go over that right now. But if you're not using Cloudflare, go ahead and go to your DNS provider and make sure that you set the DNS for your domain to be the IP address of your server. Then we can go into the SSL certificate and click on automatic installation. This will verify that our DNS is correct and pointing to our server. And when that is done, you can click Install Automatic SSL. And then just simply click on Force HTTP to HTTPS to ensure that your connection is always encrypted, Now at this point, our actual website is all 100% deployed. It's on the server. Let's visit it. Here we have my website is running and is great. It's all managed by Git, but we're not quite done yet. We need to go into the Git settings here and ensure that if I ever push new changes, that those are pulled down so that our website is always running the latest version. To do this, we select Enable Auto Pull. And when we do that, that gives us a special URL. And let's go ahead and copy that URL. So now I need to go back into my settings from our repository and go into the Webhooks tab. Let's click on Add Webhook. And we paste that URL that we got from the Better Site Host dashboard. Go ahead and set that to be application JSON, and then click Add Webhook. Now I've gone ahead and pushed a small update to my website. And if we go back to this Git tab, we'll see that we have a webhook history and we see all of the updates. This automatically happened. And whenever you push an update to GitHub, GitHub will automatically push those updates down to your web server. This ensures that your websites are always immediately running the latest version. Now, if you scroll down, you'll notice that this contains the deployment script. So if you ever need to make any modifications to that deployment script, you can do so right here. If you need to direct access to specific versions of PHP, you can use these little macros inside of your deploy scripts to references specific versions of PHP if you need so. Now that's it for managing your websites using Git. As you see, it's a very simple process, super powerful, and I think it's the best way to manage your websites. So I hope you enjoy Better Site Host. Now go forth and make your websites great.